Welcome back to my Lobotomy Corporation bedtime story reading. This is Hitori, and I'll be helping you fall asleep with some ambient audio and awesome OST from our favorite game as I learn more about Lobotomy Corporation's abnormalities. In the last video, we read about Yang. This time, it will be the Singing Machine. This is now the 45th abnormality in Lob Corp reading. Check the entire playlist on the card on the upper right of this video. Let's begin. The Singing Machine O-05-30 is a large rectangular industrial meat grinder held up by 4 small legs. On the front, there is a black circular joint, which divides the lid from the bottom. The lid has a small pipe where the music comes out. The interior is lined with what appears to be saw blades that grind any object that is thrown inside. I'm looking at the picture. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just gonna talk real quick. Where are the saw blades? What are you talking about? The interior is lined up with what appears to be saw blades. Where? Oh, the interior. You cannot see it. How can you see it? Oh, it opens. Oh, it opens. I see. I'm just looking at the pictures they put up in here, so I'm also gonna show it to you. I see now. I see it now. Ability. Its special ability is triggered when an employee tries to interact with it in the following criteria. 1. Finishing work with an employee with fortitude level 4 or more. 2. Finishing a work with an employee with temperance 2 or less. 3. Upon entering the containment room when its Gleeforth counter is at 0. Its Gleeforth counter will be reduced by obtaining a bad work result. When a work is finished or the employee enters when its Gleeforth counter is at 0, the employee in the containment will be possessed by the machine and will jump into it, being grinded to death and turned into music. If the Gleeforth counter was at 0 at the start of the work, it will return back to 1. Afterward, a random employee in the facility, priority to the same department and to clerks over agents, will be bewitched. A bewitched employee will start to attack other employees, focusing on a single target, trying to kill them with a great hit of 16 base red damage at slow attack speed. If the bewitched is an agent, they will deal 3 more damage proportional to their fortitude level. So that would be base plus 3 times fortitude. If they landed enough damage on the target employee, the target will be killed. Then, the bewitched employee put them into a bag and drag them to the containment unit of the singing machine. The employee will then throw the victim into the machine, repeating the process in bewitching another random employee. This continues until all the possessed employees are suppressed. The bewitched employees can be suppressed by selecting agents and clicking on the bewitched employee, since they will not attack until being attacked. Story. It takes the form of a long cuboid machine. At first glance, all it seems to be is a simple industrial grinder. However, the existence of it having an individual will meets the criteria to be classified as an abnormality. When approached or touched, the employee will become delirious and throw themselves into the abnormality's mechanical body. Afterward, the machine's ventilation fan will quickly shut off, and the sound of the abnormality operating can be heard from within. This process takes about 5 minutes. After a few experiments, we have concluded that the abnormality desires to gain music from this interaction. There is no detailed research into this abnormality's music. However, there is a hypothesis that it has a special characteristic that attracts humans in correlation to their specific behaviors or psychological counseling records. If one of our employees has been determined to be addicted to the music, they will need to be treated quickly to prevent any collateral damage. Excerpt from counseling log. I just wanted to write the observation report and get out, but he was acting odd. I warned him not to get too close, but redacted took one step closer. He said he'll let me hear a fantasy. Then he opened up the lid and jumped into the machine. The lid closed, and a loud noise came from inside the creature. There was no way to know what was happening, but I was too terrified to do anything. Omitted. In the dark, I realized that Thing was playing an instrument, crushing and cutting Redacted's body. It was creating a rhythm. As I was contemplating my horrific realization, the lid opened again. Bits and pieces of Redacted were in there. So little that you had to wonder, what happened to the rest? Omitted. Notice, must read. Symptoms of addiction to the music of Singing Machine. 1. Attempts to bring other employees to the containment unit of Singing Machine by physical force. 2. Dilated pupils. 3. Greatly reduced concentration and cognitive abilities. 4. Refusal to listen to other forms of music. Please list any additional symptoms that are found and immediately report any employees that are suspected of the noted symptoms. Excerpt from incident logs. Date XX/XX/XXXXX. Employee M1840 went missing in the company. 2 days later, on the XX, part of a corpse was found inside the singing machine. Genomic analysis revealed that the corpse belonged to the missing employee. The employee was a new hire who had only worked for the company for 3 months. And they had no record of an assignment to work with the abnormality. The culprit was found to be employee redacted, who was in charge of the singing machine. Redacted confessed after extensive investigation. I know it's crazy, but I had to hear that music again. It was stuck in my head for months. I performed all kinds of experiment. When the machine takes in a cat, it plays for 1 minute. A large dog, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But nothing could compare to the music it makes when it eats a human. It might sound ridiculous, but I feel satisfied having heard it once more. Trivia. The singing machine has been reworked since Legacy. It no longer has an animation when idle and not working, and its artwork and portrait had been remade and polished. The singing machine gets its name from the tune it produces when grinding meat, especially human meat. Singing machine's weapon is the only ego weapon that reduces the amount of HP of the user for more attack power. Singing machine's weapon is the only ego weapon that reduces the amount of HP the uses for more attack power. The first time I ever saw this abnormality was not in my stream. It was actually in another person's game. Namely, if you want to also follow them on Twitch, they're a VTuber called Luxuria Morningstar. And her chat was kind of freaking out over the singing machine. What was also interesting in their game, when I raided them after my stream in Twitch, they also had like the silent orchestra and that other WoW abnormality that has a piano thing. So I was like, so this entire facility is kind of like a musical place, having all of those music making things in here. For some reason, they're kind of terrified with the singing machine. Like when I got it, I'm like, how bad could it be? Considering that a lot of my employees are already level 3 in all of their skills, they were fit to work in singing machine, right? But I think I had a lot of abnormalities that were good to train with instinct work. So a lot of them already had fortitude level 4 or 5. So it was a bad thing. I think the first time when I messed up was possibly the first time I worked on it, right? I'm not sure what the beginning. Oh, it's only one cleave-off counter for it. I'm pretty sure my employee got eaten by it. I was not able to see my employee get eaten, but it does show in the log, right? It would say that, uh-oh, your dude is dead. What do you mean? Of course, it's a singing machine. They dead, bro. After that, opening their managerial guidelines, I already had it in my mind that I'm not gonna work on this abnormality anymore. I cannot risk anybody freaking dying here anymore. Okay, I just wanted to finish my game. I wanted to get on the later days in the game. So I'm like, no, you're just gonna chill there, buddy. And you're gonna ask me, what if there's a meltdown? Ain't no way there's going to be a meltdown in the first few facilities I had, because in this department, this abnormality was put in which one was it? The left side, not the training department, the opposite of the training department, the left side. It was put on there, and I already finished core suppression for that Sepira over there. So there was no meltdown there, so nobody's being sent there. I was overall safe. What does this abnormality have to offer then? This is just horrible. I feel like this thing has nothing good in store for us. Basically, it has high instinct work, right? You can train your people on instinct work on this guy, but remember that if you get fortitude level 4 or more, you will say goodbye to its cleave-off counter by then. If you even try to train here, because they're gonna get eaten. So this one is not helpful at all. And it's a he abnormality. Is it really worth it? No, just fight another WoW. Don't get this one. Save yourself from agony. Like I did. I mean, I didn't, of course, because I haven't discovered what it is yet. I just clicked on the screen on the box of numbers. But once I knew what it was, I'm like, hey, no way I'm gonna get this on my next reset. Now, if you have tips or interesting details about this abnormality, comment about it down below. If you like, you can also catch my stream on Twitch and here on YouTube so that you can assist me if you're a veteran in the game. If you want more Project Moon content from me, please don't hesitate to like the video. You can also support me further with my Patreon. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank my current Patreon supporters that are shown on the screen, as well as my Twitch subscribers. I want to always let you know that I appreciate everything you do for me. Truly. This thanks is also extended to you who's currently watching. Anyway, until next time, I hope you rest easy.